1953, the height of the Cold War. While the world's superpowers were locked in a tense nuclear standoff, the United States was secretly investing millions of dollars into an extraordinary project that promised to revolutionize warfare forever. This is the untold story of Project Penguin, a top-secret initiative that pushed the boundaries of science and technology, but ultimately fell victim to its own ambition and ethical dilemmas. Project Penguin was the brainchild of Dr. Thomas F. O'Brien, a brilliant biophysicist working for the U.S. Navy's David Taylor Model Basin in Carter Rock, Maryland. O'Brien had become obsessed with the idea of creating an army of military dolphins that could be trained to perform complex tasks, from locating underwater mines to attacking enemy submarines. To accomplish this feat, he and his team embarked on a groundbreaking journey into bioacoustics, animal behavior, and marine engineering. At the heart of Project Penguin was the development of a cutting-edge sonar system that would allow dolphins to navigate and communicate more effectively underwater. The researchers also experimented with various surgical procedures, such as installing custom-made prosthetic devices in the animals' bodies to enhance their natural abilities. Through years of rigorous training, O'Brien's team successfully transformed a group of bottlenose dolphins into highly skilled underwater operatives, capable of performing complex maneuvers and tasks at the command of their human handlers. But as Project Penguin progressed, it became clear that this newfound power came with a steep price. The U.S. Navy had effectively weaponized these intelligent creatures, turning them into living weapons of war. As public scrutiny of the project grew, so did the ethical concerns surrounding the treatment of the dolphins. Critics argued that the animals were being subjected to inhumane conditions and painful procedures, all in the name of national security. In response to mounting pressure from animal rights activists and concerned citizens, the U.S. Navy officially terminated Project Penguin in 1972. However, rumors persist that elements of the project were secretly continued under new code names, and that similar programs are still operational today. The full extent of the project remains shrouded in mystery, leaving us to wonder just how far our government was willing to go in pursuit of military dominance. So, what can we learn from Project Penguin? Was it a groundbreaking achievement in marine biology and animal training, or an ethical nightmare that crossed the line between scientific progress and moral responsibility? The answers may be lost to history, but one thing is certain: the legacy of Project Penguin serves as a stark reminder of the complex questions that arise when we meddle with nature in our quest for power and control. This has been an episode of The Lost Lab, where we uncover the mysteries of suppressed inventions, classified experiments, and hidden science. Join us next time as we delve into another fascinating story from the shadows of history, because the truth is out there, and we're dedicated to finding it. The question then becomes, who are these decision-makers that approve such dangerous experiments? Shadows lurk behind every corner in this clandestine world of suppressed inventions and hidden science. Unmasking these figures requires diving deep into the labyrinth of government agencies, secret societies, and powerful individuals. One name that consistently arises is Dr. Vannevar Bush. As the director of the Office of Scientific Research and Development during World War II, he oversaw a vast array of military research projects. Some argue his influence extended far beyond his official roles, making him a key figure in approving many high-risk experiments. But it's not just individuals. Entire agencies have been implicated. The Central Intelligence Agency, for example, has had a long history of involvement with controversial scientific endeavors. Project MK-Ultra, which involved extensive research into mind control techniques, is perhaps the most infamous. Although much of the documentation was destroyed in 1973, what remains paints a chilling picture of human experimentation carried out without informed consent. Similarly, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency has been linked to numerous questionable projects. Their involvement in neurotechnology research, including implantable brain chips and neural interfaces, raises serious ethical concerns. Despite these controversies, both the CIA and DARPA continue to operate with significant budgets and considerable autonomy. But perhaps the most intriguing organization is the Majestic 12, an alleged secret committee of scientists, military leaders, and government officials, rumored to have been established by President Truman in 1947 to manage extraterrestrial affairs. While there's no definitive proof of its existence, declassified documents and witness testimonies suggest some truth to the story. If real, Majestic 12 would represent a powerful group capable of greenlighting even the most dangerous experiments imaginable. Yet, despite all these shadowy figures and organizations, answers remain elusive. Secrecy pervades this domain, making it nearly impossible to trace decisions back to specific individuals or groups. Even when trails lead somewhere, they often end abruptly, blocked by walls of classified information and denials of involvement. In the end, we're left with more questions than answers. Who exactly approves these dangerous experiments? How are such momentous decisions made behind closed doors? And perhaps most importantly, how can we ensure accountability in a realm shrouded in such profound secrecy? As we continue our journey into The Lost Lab, remember that every mystery uncovered only reveals deeper enigmas. So join us next time as we peel back another layer of this onion of hidden science, because the truth may be out there, but it's never easily found. Narration. As we delve deeper into the abyss of hidden science, we encounter a project that harnesses one of Earth's most potent and untamed forces, the oceanic fusion reactor concept. This idea isn't about some clandestine lab. Instead, it revolves around a natural phenomenon occurring in our seas. In the 1980s, nuclear physicists discovered something extraordinary. When certain isotopes of hydrogen, like tritium and deuterium, come together under extreme conditions, they can fuse, releasing vast amounts of energy. This process is known as fusion power, similar to the reaction that fuels our sun. However, creating and maintaining these conditions on Earth has proven challenging until now. Enter the oceanic fusion reactor concept. Scientists have long known about a particular type of wave called a rogue wave, which can reach heights up to 100 feet high. These monstrous waves are caused by complex interactions between multiple wave systems, creating concentrated pockets of energy within our oceans. But what if these waves could be harnessed for something more than just their destructive potential? Dr. Trevor Palmer, a renowned plasma physicist, proposed an intriguing solution in his paper, Oceanic Fusion: A New Frontier. In it, he suggests that if we could build a containment structure around one of these rogue wave generation zones, the sheer force could potentially create and maintain the necessary conditions for fusion reactions. The ocean would essentially become a natural fusion reactor, providing limitless clean energy. However, like many great ideas, this comes with significant challenges. First, locating and predicting where rogue waves will form is no easy task. Second, building a containment structure capable of withstanding such forces while remaining watertight seems almost insurmountable. Yet, the US Navy has shown interest in similar concepts through their work on wave energy converters, leading many to wonder if there's more to this story than meets the eye. Which brings us back to our initial question: how much secrecy is too much? The oceanic fusion reactor concept may sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but its foundations lie firmly in real science. With governments investing heavily in classified research, projects like these highlight the importance of transparency and accountability. The quest for harnessing the power of seas remains shrouded in mystery. As we move forward, we must ensure that the pursuit of scientific advancement doesn't lose sight of its responsibility towards humanity and our planet. After all, history tells us that the most significant discoveries often start as mere mysteries waiting to be unraveled. So, until next time, keep questioning, stay curious, and remember, sometimes, the truth lies not just in what we know, but also in what we don't. 1975 was a turning point for marine mammal research. The US Navy had been developing Project Penguin, an ambitious initiative to train dolphins as military assets capable of guarding naval bases and even carrying weapons. However, amid growing public concern over animal rights and the ethical treatment of these intelligent creatures, Project Penguin was abruptly terminated. The official reason given for its cancellation remained shrouded in mystery. Some argue that it was due to budget constraints or changing military priorities, but others claim that there's more to the story than meets the eye, that the real reasons behind the project's demise lie buried deep within classified government files. Documents declassified under the Freedom of Information Act reveal that during Project Penguin, several dolphins died due to stress-related illnesses and accidents in training exercises. These revelations sparked public outrage and fueled anti-military sentiments. Yet, many involved with the project insist that these incidents were not the primary cause of its cancellation. Rumors swirled about potential escapes by trained dolphins into the wild, posing threats to commercial shipping lanes or natural ecosystems. While no concrete evidence supports these claims, they underscore the enduring allure and enigma surrounding Project Penguin. In a twist of fate, many of the dolphins involved in the project were transferred to the US Navy's Marine Mammal Program in San Diego. Here, they continued their service in less controversial roles, assisting with mine detection and recovery operations. Despite this seemingly happy ending, questions remain about what truly happened to Project Penguin and its dolphin trainees. The fate of the project's facilities also raises eyebrows. After the cancellation, all traces of Project Penguin seem to have vanished without a trace. Satellite imagery shows the disappearance of buildings and structures once associated with the project. It's as if the entire operation was erased from existence, leaving behind only whispers of its former glory. Even more intriguing is the unexplained disappearance of key documents related to Project Penguin. Despite numerous requests, the Navy has yet to release many records pertaining to the project, fueling speculation about cover-ups and hidden truths. As we delve deeper into this mystery, one thing becomes clear: there are still many unanswered questions surrounding Project Penguin and its sudden termination. The suppression of information and the secrecy that shrouds this chapter of our scientific history serve as stark reminders of the delicate balance between progress and ethics in scientific exploration. Until we can uncover the full story, Project Penguin will remain a tantalizing enigma, a testament to the power of curiosity, the importance of transparency, and the enduring allure of the unknown. 6. The Lost Legacy, the breadcrumb trail leading to a worldwide cover-up. Our journey through these shadowy corners of scientific exploration continues with an intriguing series of events that hint at something far more complex and widespread than any single experiment. A trail of breadcrumbs leads us from one suppressed invention to another, each connected by threads of secrecy, misinformation, and a haunting sense that we have only scratched the surface of a global cover-up. The story begins in the 1960s with Project Pandora, an American military initiative investigating the effects of low-level electromagnetic radiation on human beings. Classified documents released under the Freedom of Information Act reveal that the project exposed monkeys to microwave signals and studied their behavior for signs of illness or distress. The results were inconclusive at best, but the mere existence of such a project raises questions about the potential long-term health impacts of living near cell phone towers or other sources of electromagnetic radiation. From there, we stumble upon Project MKUltra, the infamous CIA mind control program that spanned several decades and involved numerous universities, research foundations, and pharmaceutical companies. Although much about MKUltra remains shrouded in mystery, it is known that the agency conducted illegal human experiments involving drugs, hypnosis, and sensory deprivation in an effort to manipulate mental states and extract information from unwilling subjects. But perhaps most alarming of all are the rumors surrounding the infamous Area 51 in Nevada, where many believe the US government has been reverse engineering crashed extraterrestrial spacecraft since the 1940s. While no concrete evidence has ever emerged to support these claims, the sheer volume of anecdotal reports and circumstantial evidence is difficult to ignore. Which brings us back to our original question. Are these isolated incidents of government overreach, or do they represent something far more insidious, a coordinated effort to suppress inventions and experiments that challenge the status quo? The truth may be lost to history, but the breadcrumb trail of clues left behind suggests a tangled web of secrecy and deception that spans generations and continents. As we continue to peel back the layers of this enigma, one thing becomes clear: the suppression of information and the secrecy that shrouds this chapter of our scientific history serve as stark reminders of the delicate balance between progress and ethics in scientific exploration. Until we can uncover the full story, these tantalizing mysteries will remain, testaments to the power of curiosity, the importance of transparency, and the enduring allure of the unknown. In our next episode, we'll delve into the strange world of Cold War-era weaponry, where science fiction became reality, and the line between innovation and destruction blurred beyond recognition. From nuclear-powered aircraft to death rays and sonic weapons, the military-industrial complex has long been at the forefront of pushing the boundaries of what's possible, often with disastrous consequences. Join us as we explore the most dangerous experiments approved by the government in the name of national security. In the early 1960s, at the height of the Cold War, the US government approved Project Penguin, a top-secret endeavor that would forever change the landscape of military experimentation and its long-term consequences. The project was led by the Advanced Research Projects Agency, now known as DARPA, an agency infamous for its involvement in some of the most groundbreaking and controversial scientific research in American history. Project Penguin sought to develop a new form of non-lethal crowd control utilizing low-frequency sound waves. The idea was to incapacitate large groups of people by inducing nausea, disorientation, and internal vibrations akin to feeling seasick, all without causing permanent harm. To achieve this, ARPA enlisted the help of Dr. James Hall, an acoustic physics specialist, and his team at the Applied Physics Laboratory in Maryland. Between 1962 and 1967, Dr. Hall's team conducted a series of tests on military personnel and civilian volunteers, exposing them to varying levels of low-frequency sound waves. The results were mixed, with some participants reporting mild discomfort while others suffered severe vomiting, intense headaches, and temporary loss of balance. Despite these unsettling side effects, ARPA pressed forward, convinced that Project Penguin could provide a valuable addition to the nation's non-lethal defense arsenal. In 1967, tragedy struck when an unexpected storm hit the testing facility during a high-intensity experiment. A power surge caused by the storm led to a catastrophic malfunction in the Project Penguin equipment, unleashing a wave of low-frequency sound powerful enough to shake the entire base and cause significant structural damage. Miraculously, no one was killed, but many were left with permanent hearing loss and other debilitating injuries. The incident marked the end of Project Penguin, but it also opened a Pandora's box of questions regarding the ethics, safety, and long-term impacts of such experimental research. The storm had not only destroyed ARPA's facilities, but also shattered any illusion that these powerful technologies could be contained or controlled once unleashed. In the wake of the disaster, the US government swiftly classified all documents related to Project Penguin and its outcomes, leaving the public with more questions than answers. To this day, the long-term health effects on those exposed to the low-frequency sound waves remain unknown, as does the full extent of ARPA's research into non-lethal crowd control technologies. As we continue to explore the most dangerous experiments approved by the government in the name of national security, one cannot help but wonder what other secrets lie buried beneath the rubble of Project Penguin and similar endeavors. And perhaps more hauntingly, who will bear the cost when these experiments go awry, and the line between innovation and destruction blurs beyond recognition once more? Join us next time as we delve into the chilling world of Project MKUltra, a government-sanctioned mind control program that left a trail of devastation in its wake and still haunts us today.